Hello everybody, welcome back to the Buffness. I have a very exciting package here from Shattered Concepts. Now, before I crack this open, I'm actually going to start while I'm talking. I am now sponsored by Shattered Concepts. He sponsored me on Instagram, which is very cool of him. Thank you to Shattered Concepts for considering me for the sponsorship position and giving it to me. Me and another guy named Henrik, or Henoshim, I believe, are the two Shattered Concept sponsors at the moment. And I'm very excited to just build like a very awesome relationship with those two guys and keep trying out Shattered stuff. So I have not tried, excuse me, like any of his stuff. So this is going to be super interesting. As you can see, we got a very, very nice box. 3D printed, nice little sliding mechanism. You got a little push tab. Let's crack it open. Okay, this is the Shattered Concepts Ruined. Looks like we got spare hardware, bushings, and steel washers. Interesting. We got a Ruined sticker. That's very cool. And now the Ruined itself. Oh yeah, that's really cool. I love that little pull or push push tab mechanism. Sorry, I'm losing my voice a little bit. Okay, good tolerances so far. Everything feels really good. I'm gonna flip it. By the way, it's like 8:15. It's not even 8:15. I just woke up. It was either I unboxed this thing at 1 in the morning last night after snowboarding all day. I wake up super duper early and unbox it today, or I wait until about 2 today. And I went for this. I am going to have to cut the unboxing early, which kind of stinks, but okay, the Ruined. Very impressive so far. My flipping may not be at all, but this thing feels really good, which is exactly what I was looking for. When I saw Ethan, well, I guess when I first saw the design of the Ruined, I was like, interesting. I wasn't sure like how it would flip. Did not think it would flip like this just from looking at it in like the design phase. I knew nothing about it. Then I saw Ethan's video and I was like, whoa, I am very excited. I'm actually part of the pass around too. I think I'm getting it this week. So I'll have 2 Ruins. I'll probably lend this one to a friend and then mess with the pass around one, just so the pass around doesn't go to waste, you know? But Ethan's like review, or not review, you know what I mean. His video impressions on it were very, very positive. And then it went to Ted Flips, and Ted just made like a review on Instagram, and that was very positive. Man, I'm sorry if you guys can't even watch this video because my voice is so weird. I don't know what it sounds like on camera. But neither of them were wrong. This thing is really good. As I am a sponsor of Shattered, I do plan on making a full review of this pretty soon. Probably within 2 months it would be out. But you never know. Those videos take me so long. But let me go over what I hope are the correct specs. I'm honestly not quite sure. Okay, sorry that took so long. The handle length is 5.7 inches, which is slightly longer than normal, just a little bit, I believe. Trainer blade length is 4.8 ounces, which is a little bit short. It doesn't really look that out of proportion though, so that's good. Handle material is 70-75 aluminum. For some reason I thought it was 60-61. But that's really cool. Way better. A hardened 440C stainless steel for the trainer blade, which is pretty typical, but also very good. Can't take that steel for granted. And then it says on the specs, handle shape channel, because it is a channel design. This thing is very round. You got these just really nice, like, grip patterns. Just this line of milling, I guess. And it's doing a lot. And down here, you have, it kind of reminds me of an Orca V1. I know it's completely different because the Orca had, like, just tons of crazy stuff going on down here. But it's got that same little bigger divot, I guess, and really solid jimping. That jimping's really nice. I suppose the jimping could go up a little higher, but that would change a lot design-wise. So I see why Shattered did it this way. So far, I'm very impressed. Okay, I'm gonna cut the video here because I gotta go for a few hours. But I will be back. This thing will be oiled. I will have more thoughts on it. I just thought I'd get my very, very first impressions out of the way. Hello, hello, I am back. I got the Ruined still, just oiled it. I've been flipping it for the past few hours and it's a ton of fun still. Absolutely loving it, and I'm excited to keep talking about it. But I also have this other thing to unbox from Bandage Knives. So stay tuned for that to pass around. I'm very excited to check those things out. But the Rift, sorry, not the Rift. I was talking to somebody about the Rift earlier. I'm probably gonna get them mixed up a little bit. The Ruined has really kind of shown itself to me in the past few hours. Kind of understand more what it's like meant to feel like, I guess. And it feels really nice. So far everything about it I really like, except one thing. This thing is just a pure preference thing, something that I'm actually known for in this hobby, by some at least. It's kind of long, and that is one issue that I have with a lot of Bally's. See, here's a more standard length. It's about 1 jimp longer. However, it does not bother me nearly as much as many other Bally's that do that. Like, machine-wise stuff. All the OG machine-wise stuff I really dislike because of how long the handles are. And this feels a lot more standard than that, but it's still noticeable. Now, I gotta point out, I am sponsored by Shattered Concepts now. I know I mentioned that already, but my opinions are still my opinions. I will not hold back any criticism. I could have easily just kept the fact that this is a longer Bally to myself to please my sponsor more, but I'm not like that, and I doubt Shattered would want me to do that anyway. So just throwing this out there, the Shattered Concepts Ruined is slightly longer than most Bally's. Just by a hair, it is slightly noticeable, but it is not bad, and some of you might even prefer that to a shorter Bally or a standard length Bally. So, yeah, good to know for sure. Let me go over the specs of the Ruined real quick. I know I went over like the build specs. I guess I didn't want to say specs. I wanted to say price, because that's what I really want to get into. The Ruined retails for $125, which is kind of crazy, honestly, because it's basically a Prisma Pro. You could even say this is the new Prisma Pro to an extent. Like, it doesn't have a really, like, aggressive grip texture on it like the Prisma Pro does, but everything else kind of, yeah, it's very reminiscent of a Prisma Pro. I gotta say it. It's nice and rounded. These handles are very round, by the way. A lot more round than like a Kraken or a Triton even, which I personally love. Big fan of round handles. It feels like a Tsunami ergonomic wise. But for $125, That's kind of wild. Sure, Chinese companies make a lot of this stuff for cheaper than $125. But when you get an American-made thing, I don't know where Shattered is having these made. It could be China. I don't know. But he's doing all the manufacturing, or not manufacturing, the assembly, tuning, designing, all that stuff himself. He's just having it outsourced from somewhere. But still, $125 is a crazy price for this guy. I did not realize it was $125. I looked up his Shopify store because I actually started a Shopify store. You'll see that very shortly, probably next video. I have huge announcements. But I looked at it. That's where you can buy these, by the way. It was $125, and I was like, there's no shot. No shot he made it that cheap, and he did. It's kind of crazy. This thing feels like an absolute unit. Like, I'm going to beat this guy a little bit because Shattered has mentioned as part of the sponsorship thing, as he gets new colorways, he might send to me and Henrik, there's no D, or he might send us some spare handles, which would be very cool, just in new color options to help promote his colors. Even if he doesn't though, like, I don't mind having a beat up little guy. And this thing's gonna be fun to beat for sure. That's something I'm gonna be carrying a lot to kind of represent my sponsor. It's gonna need to be beat a little bit. So, and I can definitely tell it's gonna hold up. The tolerances and sound, I should probably go over at some point. So right now, I just oiled it with carbon honey. There's no movement at all going this way. Playtest, it does wiggle a little bit. Probably because it's on steel washers. And those are harder to get a very, like a no play tune on. Yeah, this thing sounds really good too. It's super bouncy, which is to be expected from steel washers and stuff. Yeah, it just sounds good. Overall, like from everything I've seen in my first like 6 hours with the Ruined, for what it is, being a budget aluminum trainer, it's like right up at the top with budget aluminum trainers. I could compare this to like a Kraken trainer for sure. Like Kraken trainers feels kind of like a Kraken, I'm not gonna lie. More like a Prisma Pro, but I definitely feel Kraken in there too, just this is more round. But it compares with kind of all of those kind of budget things. I'd like to compare this to the Bike Haul, honestly. I feel like that would be a good comparison as well. But for $125, that's peak. Like this is absolute insanity for that price. And I don't think Shattered is being recognized enough for this product. Sorry about the awkward cut. But I don't think he's being recognized enough for the Ruined, because like I know a lot of people who are looking for good budget friendly things, and this is really good. For $125, there's not a ton of stuff you can get. Like you could get an Orion for $80 or something. You could almost get you probably could get a wing trainer. I would take this over a wing trainer, I believe. you could almost get a Sirius B4 trainer. And the Sirius B4 is not a Bally I'm a serious fan of. So I think the Ruined might take the cake there. You could almost, no, you're pretty far from a bike haul trainer. Yeah, I think this is sub $130. I think, at least upon first impressions, the Ruined kind of takes it for trainers at least. I typically prefer a live blade over a trainer in most cases. If Shattered doesn't make like a live blade version of his stuff at some point, I'm totally gonna make a reblade for at least mine. Maybe one for Henrik too. I don't know. This thing's sick. And I'm very, very excited to keep on flipping it. And so once again, if you want to get a Shattered concept Ruined, I'll try to put this in the pinned comment too, because I should have said this way earlier in the video, but you can go find him on shop at just Shattered Concepts, or you can DM him on Instagram and he will sort you out there. It would be really cool if you could get a bunch of these going to put them on Amazon, because like Thomas did it with the bike haul. So yeah, these could kind of go crazy on Amazon for sure. But yeah, Shattered, thank you so much for sponsoring me. I really, really appreciate it. I am very excited for the future of you being my sponsor, and to check out some of your newer products as they come out and all that good stuff. The Ruined is awesome. Definitely big fan. And last but not least, I know I just said that I said it earlier, that I was still a part of the pass around, but I'm getting skipped over. It's going straight over to another Bally YouTuber who you will see it over with very soon. So yeah, keep an eye out for that, for some more unbiased thoughts of the Ruined. Yeah, this thing, so fun. Okay, thanks again, Shattered. Thank you, all of you, for watching. Feel free to subscribe, and definitely go check out the Ruined and see if it's for you. Also, mine is number 18. I just remembered.